My dear students, Assalamu alaikum to all of you. We are studying since few days about the body fluids and circulation for class 11th in the subject of zoology in the portion human physiology, and we have almost completed the blood vascular system, structure of heart, structure of arteries and vessels, functions of arteries and veins, functions of the blood, functions of the heart. All these things have been discussed in detail. Now the topic for today's class is lymph. The study of lymph is called as lymphatology. Lymphatology. Sometimes lymph is also called as the tissue fluid. The word lymph is called spring water. Logos is called study. Spring water. Lymph is called the spring water. We already know that spring is a source of water, just like the ponds, pools, and lakes. Lymph is the second most important after the blood in the human beings for the circulation of body fluids. The lymphatic system permeates the entire body. It comprises colorless fluid. This colorless fluid is called as lymph. It is transported through the fine network of fine channels, the lymphatic capillaries. The lymphatic capillaries transport this lymph from one part of the body to the another. There are tubes of various sizes, the lymphatic vessels. Lymphatic vessels are there. Lymphatic capillaries are there, which transport this lymph fluid. And there are lymph nodes also. These comprise the lymphatic system in the human body. Lymph is a colorless, mobile fluid connective tissue. This lymph is a colorless, mobile fluid which is colorless in expression. In fact, the tissue fluid that slowly drains into the lymphatic capillaries from the intercellular spaces. It is now accepted that this flow is not entirely a passive drainage. It is not a passive drainage so far as this flow is concerned. The lymph is usually clear, transparent fluid. This fluid is clear and transparent. Unlike the blood, blood is opaque. Blood is opaque. Blood is red in color due to presence of RBCs. It consists of two parts. The first is the fluid matrix. Fluid matrix, which is the composition of the blood. This fluid matrix is called the plasma. The second one, whatever we call the component of this lymph is, there are amyloid cells, the WBCs present in the blood. White blood corpuscles, which are amyloid cells which float in the plasma, or they are also called as leukocytes. They are also called as leukocytes. The lymph in the lymph capillaries lacks the leukocytes, but receives them as it passes through the lymph nodes. The lymph differs from the blood in lacking of red corpuscles, platelets, and some plasma proteins. The composition of the blood and the lymph is almost to some extent similar, except the presence of RBCs. The RBCs are present in the blood, they are not present in the lymph. And there are also platelets in the blood, they are not present in the lymph. And there are some blood proteins, plasma proteins, that are present in the blood, but these things are not found in the lymph. Otherwise, the composition of the lymph and the blood is almost similar. The lymphatic capillaries are blind at one end. They are interwoven with the blood capillaries. The lymphatic capillaries join to form the lymphatic vessels. The thoracic duct receives lymph from the entire body except the right side of the head, neck, and thorax, and right arm. The lymphatic nodes occur at intervals in the course of the lymphatic vessels. These are some parts of the lymphatic system. Whenever there is lymph movement, the lymph flows in the vessels very slowly. This lymph flows in the blood vessels very slowly, unlike the blood that flows at a very fast speed. Forcing out of fluid from the blood capillaries sets up some pressure in the tissue fluid. This establishes a pressure gradient in the lymphatics, causing flow of lymph in the later. Movements of viscera and contractions of the body muscles help considerably in squeezing the lymph along. The valves present in lymphatic vessels prevent its backflow. Movement of villi assists flow of lymph in the late lacteals. Gravity helps us in moving the lymph down the lymphatic vessels of head and neck. Blockade of lymph vessels causes a disease. That disease is called as oedema. Oedema. Lymphatic system normally returns to the veins less than 28 grams of fluid per minute. This is all about what we studied in the lymph. That's all.